Hey folks, it's a cold, nasty day today here in the Northeast, but it's a great day for doing an indoor video about some field test observations that I've made with Opinels over the past few months. These are the knives I'm going to be discussing today in this video. The Opinel number 10 INOX stainless steel, the number 10 carbon steel, number 9 carbon steel, and number 8 carbon steel. And after checking out a friend's stainless Opinels, I was so impressed with how the INOX stainless steel cuts. And that seems to be attributable, in my observation, to the very thin steel used in Opinels. Because I use a number 10 so much in the kitchen, I decided to pick one up. And this is my first stainless Opinel. You can see that the stainless number 10 on the left is a little thicker than the carbon steel on the right. And that's because stainless is more brittle than carbon steel, so a stainless knife is going to be a little thicker than carbon steel. I carved the heel or the butt of the handle on all of my Opinels. As you can see, I round down that heel so that it fits really nicely in my palm and doesn't have that kind of sharp corner that comes up. And then I just soak that area in linseed oil, in boiled linseed oil, and it creates a really nice natural looking finish that just blends in with the light lacquer finish on the beechwood. Those of you who work with fruit wood such as pear, apple, or in this case wild black cherry know how hard fruit wood is when it dries. I'm going to do a comparison here with the Opinel number 10 carbon and the number 10 stainless on wild black cherry. And again, people, that is bone dry. You can see here how nicely that number 10 carbon steel goes through that black cherry. In comparison, here's the number 10 stainless going through the same wood. And that's the stainless. Through that initial test, I can tell that the carbon steel does carve into the wood better. It bites into the wood more easily than the stainless. However, the stainless still gives really good performance. And considering that I'm going to be using the number 10 predominantly as a camp knife, as a kitchen knife, and yeah, as a bushcraft knife too, when I head out into a wet environment, it's a pretty darn good compromise, the number 10 stainless. And I'm not going to have to worry about that pivot area rusting. Now, for indoor usage or any usage where you're not going to be getting your Opinels wet, people, nothing beats the carbon steel. Here's my number 9 carbon steel. And earlier this summer, I battened with this pretty aggressively in a video. On a couple occasions, I have forgotten to unlock the collar before I've gone to batten with this knife, meaning I had the collar locked and then I proceeded to batten down on it. Now, for people wondering why that's a bad idea, I can give you proof of why that's a bad idea right here. This wood here around the inside edge, that beechwood, is peeling away. It's actually rotting a little bit because moisture has gotten in there. I believe that's happened from my accidentally battening on just a couple occasions with the collar closed. Now, what happens when you do that? When you bear pressure down on the blade with the collar locked, what you're doing, and watch this, see what's going on here? You see that movement in my collar? Show you from this side. See that? See how that collar is digging into the wood in front? So this knife has been compromised. It's no longer in its really great condition. Of course, if I use it for carving, it still is really great, but you know, there is that play in it, so I really can't trust that collar too much, knowing that it is loose and it's digging into that beechwood. My recommendation is not to go around battening your Opinel at all, but if you do, people, just make sure that that collar is always well open so that you don't put any pressure in that inside part of the wood. Thanks for watching, people. Give a thumbs up if you find this video informative and helpful. See you next time.